Killer Kyle.
I'm Killer Kyle.
And I'm Mean Matt. Yeah, we like to have a little fun in Wheels of Fury, and we had talked about doing intros and stuff like that, so
Yeah, hopefully the next video,
we'll talk about it beforehand.
well, next week will be best and worst WrestleMania matches, but hopefully we'll be able to coordinate our intro a little bit better and be able to go right into the video. Anyways, so we had originally talked about doing more look backs at wrestling from like the 80s, the 70s, and other stuff like that. But seeing as how WrestleMania is coming up in less than 20 days, 2 weeks roughly, Matt looked up or thought about this year's WrestleMania is going to be in MetLife Stadium in New York. So today we're going to talk about WrestleMania 29. Good and bad.
Yeah, you know, it's a real kind of hit and miss show, and you know, it's like I said that before. It's not WrestleMania 27 bad.
But it could have been better.
It could have been better. It's nothing like WrestleMania 9. So, yeah, basically could have been better. And obviously we'll probably get a few good rants in. Man, it's like you can't cram a lot into a show like this intro, but you can't cram a lot into a show. And I think that's what the main problem with this WrestleMania was, sort of. Is that they were trying to fit a lot in. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Well, it's one of those things where when they decided to make WrestleMania 4 hours, although the last couple WrestleManias have been fucking almost 5.
Oh, yeah.
Or 5 at least. You want to fill in those 4 hours or 4+ hours as much as possible. Now, looking at the card from WrestleMania 29, there's only like 8 or 9 matches on it, and you want to have your matches be as long as possible,
right?
So that you can go within the 4-hour time slot, if you will. But you don't want to go over, and then that'll hinder the next match, and then they would have to cut their stuff short, and then you'd have to do a whole bunch of jumbling to fill in the time that was lost, and yeah, it'd just be one big mess.
It wasn't a terrible WrestleMania, like I said, by any means. It's just there's at least 2 really good matches on the card, it's kind of like, what were they thinking? Sort of. Like, I understand a lot of things, but at least we'll get to the match that I want to dread the most. So we start off with the pre-show. We've got the Intercontinental Championship match. We got The Miz versus Wade Barrett.
Yeah. If you saw the pre-show, this match wasn't too bad. I mean, this was the period of time where Miz was paying homage to Ric Flair, doing the figure four, and they had him, of course, win the championship from Barrett, which was, okay, I guess.
It just bothers me because... Okay, you have a guy like Wade Barrett who was in the business for a while. He was in the core, the Nexus, whatever you want. Okay, so let's talk about a guy that was deserving of the WWE Championship or the World Championship, and of course, he should have been in the title picture, but nope, we have to put him in the mid-card. Let's have the guy who become Intercontinental Champion as much time as he can. Oh yeah, fine. He beat John Cena, and I think it was probably SummerSlam, I can't remember. But the fact of the matter is, here's a guy that should have been and never was. And then you have a guy like The Miz. The Miz could have at least have Barrett go over. They could have had Barrett beat The Miz. I'm sure it wasn't The Miz's fault. They could have Barrett beat The Miz because God knows, I fucking knows, the guy has had the Intercontinental Championship as many times. And nope, we have to have The Miz go over Wade Barrett because Wade Barrett's big, strong. Miz is just a pipsqueak. But no, we have to have The Miz win. So, that's what happened. And you know what? I'm glad that Wade Barrett's gone, and I'm glad he probably gets a better recognition. Because what did they do with him afterwards? Oh, I'm going to put him in the League of Nations where he has nothing. We're going to give him nothing. We're going to keep giving him the WWE Intercontinental Championship, maybe a Tag Team Championship, but we're not going to give him the Heavyweight Championship because he's, I don't know, fucking Brit. So, we're going to have him, and now he's gone. He's fucking gone, and that's good. I'm glad he's doing something else. You know, screw this shit.
We'll chuck that one up to the rant column. Yeah, I mean, they could have utilized Wade Barrett a lot better. I mean, don't get me wrong, Miz has been a fairly good Intercontinental Champion. The thing is, it seemed as if they're trying to get him to chase after Chris Jericho's record of 9 Intercontinental title reigns, which is completely pointless. They don't need to do that whatsoever. And, I mean, yes, Miz has still been relevant over the last few years. It just seems that he's not getting any more of a push. Or he's not getting as much of a push as he needs, is what I'm getting at.
As much as I say The Miz is not a good face, I didn't watch it. I should have. Apparently, he cut a really good face promo.
It actually was pretty good.
So, I'll have to watch it. But, yeah. This match should have went to Wade Barrett. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I guess.
So, we opened that match with The Shield versus The Big Show, Randy Orton, and Sheamus.
Yeah.
And this match was, I think, the debut, of The Shield. Maybe. Trying to
They debuted at Survivor Series.
Well, yeah, but I mean at WrestleMania.
I believe this was their first WrestleMania match.
Okay. In the weeks leading up to this, they have Sheamus and I think a newly healed Randy Orton try to get the Big Show to team with them, so he does, and they have this 3-take match, whatever. And it was fairly good, from what I thought, anyways.
Right.
You know, you have Seth Rollins and Randy Orton have pretty good back and forth. some outside interference. You have, it was Sheamus had either Dean or Rollins up in the air, and there was a spear by Big Show.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot he did that.
Yeah, really?
And of course, the match went to the Shield.
Yeah. The thing I noticed a lot of times in Shield 6-man tag matches, even if you want to go back to the one that happened at Fastlane this year, it seemed to be that whoever the Shield was against would start off kicking the holy living crap out of them, and the Shield would get the upper hand. It would be a back and forth brawl, and usually stuff on the outside, somebody in the timekeeper's area, somebody going into the barricade, somebody maybe going to the steps, and it all would wind up with the Shield winning. Not saying that the Shield didn't deserve to win, it just seemed to be that more often than not, the Shield started off the match getting their ass kicked, but still ended up winning anyways.
Yeah. So, I mean, this match was alright. I didn't really like the whole teaming of Sheamus, Big Show, and Randy Orton, but again, it's just another random pairing to face the Shield. Of course, the match ends when you have Big Show there. Well, Michael calls like double cross, but Big Show do the big knockout punch to Randy Orton and Sheamus, and then leaving the ring. So, yeah.
The Big Show. The man that's flip-flopped, feeling haze more times than I changed my underwear.
Feeling haze? That's awesome.
Hey, face and heel.
Someone's so sexy. Foul! But it is true. The guy, and he says in his interview with Austin that he doesn't mind.
Yeah, he's like, well, if they want me to be a face and team with somebody or do something on my own and get cheered and whatever, I'll do it. If they want me to be this angry, mean, nasty heel, I'm a giant, I'll do whatever I want, well, I can do that too. And it's true, he can. I just don't understand why you take a talent like that, and okay, yeah, you want to make him face and heel, but good God, why so many friggin' times?
Yeah, and I understand. It's just, what more can they do with him? I have no idea. He's already a Grand Slam champion. It's just, what more can they do with him? And the fact is, they had that opportunity with Shaq. That fucking fell through. So, yeah. It just kind of is like, alright, well, I'm hoping that he's gone now. What else can I do with him? The guy's got abs. But what's he gonna use it for? I don't know.
So we go on to a match with the recently Hall of Famed Mark Henry and the you want to go off and do your own thing, so we'll see you later, Ryback.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to like Ryback, I really did. It's just, he's a fucking whiner. Like, he's going on shoot interviews and he's talking shit about Cena and everyone else, and it's like, grow the fuck up, really? But this was a pretty good match. You had Ryback, and it showed how strong he was too. Trying to do whatever that movies they used to do, picking Mark Henry up, and falling the first time, and then eventually doing it and making it work, I guess. So that was cool. Yeah, Mark Henry still won the match, though.
This match ended in the most unorthodox way possible.
Yeah.
Ryback goes to hit the shell shock on Mark Henry, he completely falls forward, a la John Cena trying to do an F5 on somebody that's bigger than him. Anyway, and that's pretty much the way the match ends. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I'm sorry, you did what now?
I think Mark Henry's better than that. But, well, you know, and I think, too, it's like, Ryback had a chance. And he just, unfortunately, didn't become the WWE champion when he should have.
Yeah.
And that made him turn heel. You want to talk about unnecessary bullshit for turning anybody. You know, Ryback had to turn heel in order for him to get the Intercontinental. Well, no, he got the Intercontinental Championship when he was a face. Well, whatever. It is what it is. And then, you know, everyone's chanting Goldberg. And you have the guy come out in black trunks and black knee pads at one point. And it's like, really? But yeah, so now he's gone. I don't know what he's doing now. Whatever.
Yeah.
And Mark Henry is still the strongest man in the world.
Yep.
Because that's what he does.
Yep.
So.
We got a tag team match for the tag team titles between Team Hell No, Big E Langston, and Dolph Ziggler. You got the current WWE champion, a guy that is currently the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, a guy that's a member of the New Day, and a guy that's more focused on his comedy career than his in-ring career.
Yeah. And this was a good match.
Yeah.
It was, honestly. You know, Team Hell No won.
Yes.
Okay, Biggie Langston.
Yeah.
Did a good job. You know, whatever. You know, it's fucking modern day Zeus Sherry Savage. Loved AJ. I had a big crush on her. And they fucked it up because they had to have this fucking match. There is no Divas card on here. Nope, they have to have AJ. She did all those vignettes in New Jersey talking about where she came from, how poor she fucking was, and all that other shit. And we could have had a good match with her and the Divas champion at the time, whoever the fuck. Nope, we had to have her and have a match with Biggie Langston and Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, that was great, but also having them lose to Team Hell No. I like Team Hell No, but the fact of the matter is, and this always happens for some fucking reason, you have to lose in your hometown. Yeah, she wasn't in the match herself, but fucking disrespectful. No wonder she left the company. No wonder CM Punk left the company. Good riddance to fucking bad rubbish. And fuck you, Vince, for letting that happen. But this was a good match otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't, like, there was a, what was it, Tout?
Oh, yeah. That thing never lasted very long.
When I made a short video. I wish I had the World Tag Team Championship belt.
You really?
So it's like, oh yeah, do you think Daniel Bryan and Kane got it all wrong because I'm the Tag Team Champions?
Yeah, you wish, bud.
I know. But this was a fun tag team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they had a great match with fucking Titus O'Neil and Darren Young that had killed the King for a while.
Temporarily.
So, yeah, this was an okay match for what it was. I mean,
yeah.
It's just so much there that you could have had.
Yeah.
But then we go to the debut of Fandango versus Chris Jericho.
The most underwhelming, underappreciated, unnecessary, worst, useless, stupid, pathetic, ridiculous wins in WWE and WrestleMania history. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong, Fandango's a pretty good wrestler, but this gave him absolutely no credibility. To have him get a win over a guy like Chris Jericho, okay, it you got the whole veteran putting over the rookie scenario there. Fine, whatever. But I mean, it didn't boost Fandango's career by any means necessary. And with Chris Jericho, he remained even keel until he fucked off from WWE. So what was the point of this match? Okay, you have Fandango debut so he can at WrestleMania and he can be seen by a much bigger audience. Other than that, it was a waste of time.
Yeah, I think Johnny Curtis really shit the bed for some reason because, yeah, coming out as Fandango didn't make any sense. I mean, it did, but it didn't. I mean, it was a character. Johnny Curtis could have actually been a good wrestler had he done whatever he had to do to fucking get there. I mean, fucking EC3 had a fucking, or Derek Bateman, whatever. And Johnny Curtis had a good feud in NXT, so it's like, okay, go to WWE, you're gonna be Fandango, you're gonna have Rosa Mendez, and then Summer Rae, and, you know, as your
Some chick before those two.
Some chick before those two as your partner, whatever, you're gonna be face, you're gonna be heel. Some fucking guy said Fandangoing as a doctor! So it's like, very irritating. But at the same time, I kind of got it.
And then you partner Fandango with Tyler Breeze. Yeah, well, guess what? Tyler Breeze is on his own and main event or whatever, and Fandango is Fandango. Fuck yourself away out of here.
Pretty much. You know, it's too bad, really, because him and Tyler Breeze, it was an interesting tag team. Yeah, they were silly, but whatever. It's just, I wish there was more for Johnny Curtis.
Yeah.
But there's not, unfortunately. I mean, the guy didn't even have a title. Or were they even tag team champions? I don't even know.
Yeah.
But this was an okay match. It could have been better. I mean, Chris Jericho probably thought it was the shits. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I mean, an okay match. You have Fandango get a win over Chris Jericho. That's fine. It really makes no difference. But if it's not going to matter, what's the point of doing it? It didn't elevate Fandango to anything, and with Chris Jericho, it was like, I lost Fandango, whatever.
And the guy,
My legacy's not going to hurt any taking a loss of this dude.
the guy was a good dancer. But no, we gotta do this shit on the face. Why? Because it's for the fucking children.
Yeah.
What a fucking insult. Fuck.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a guy portray a ballroom dancer character, if you will, don't have him do stupid shit like that. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, let's ask Summer Rae. Oh wait, she's no longer in the company anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways. So then we go on to the World Championship match. I was a little pissed off because it almost reminded me of a Raw SmackDown. Because this was Jack Swagger versus Alberto Del Rio. And Jack Swagger didn't even get a fucking entrance.
You really?
So it's up Coulter in the ring. And fucking Jack Swagger and Alberto comes out with Rico Rodriguez.
Rocco Rodriguez?
Rico Rodriguez.
Ricardo Rodriguez.
Ricardo Rodriguez, yes. See? Yeah, and I thought about it too. I mean, Alberto has a face. It's like, kind of on the fence about that, because he's one of those guys who try their hardest to be face, just doesn't work out. Like, I don't know if I'm wrong on that, but...
Yeah, I mean, it kind of worked, but I think overall, Del Rio did better work as a heel.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's certain wrestlers that you should leave face, and there's certain wrestlers you should leave heel. Some can be in between, but definitely not those. Like, definitely not Alberto or The Miz. Oh, you have to watch that promo that Miz cut. Like, it's just one of those things where You know, and then Alberto definitely left. And then,
Yeah.
you know, got shit canned because somebody made a fucking racist comment, and then he slaps the shit out of him, but he has to leave.
Yeah.
And then, of course, this whole thing with Paige, and I didn't really like that too much. It goes to TNA. It's with Johnny Mundo, and that was a good feud. Other than that, you know, by the way, you know, Jack Swagger going off to MMA.
Yep.
I didn't see that fight, by the way, that you sent me, but I have to.
It was alright. It was fairly quick, though.
I'm pretty sure it's better than Phil Brooks.
Yeah, yes. And I think the only people that would recognize Zeb Coulter are the people that maybe would have watched Memphis Wrestling.
Yep, Memphis Wrestling, or WCW,
Yeah.
or when he managed Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Yeah.
You know, the guy definitely is Yosemite Sam of WWE. But this was an interesting match too. I mean, you had the, you know, Jack Swagger with the leg lock, I guess.
Yeah.
And by the way, what the fuck is with American Olympians trying to do the leg lock?
Yeah, I know.
Because you got Jack Swagger, Kurt Angle, obviously, and fucking Jack Cable.
Yeah.
Did I say Cable?
Foul!
But anyways, yeah, this was good. Alberto won, and yeah, retained the title.
Yeah.
Really not something that I would watch again, but whatever.
Yeah.
So then we have The Undertaker versus CM Punk with Living Color introducing CM Punk to the ring.
Right.
And I forgot how short Corey was. But this was a good match. This was really good. I mean, you know, you talk about the Attitude Era and people wanting it to come back. This was pretty much close to the Attitude Era. Like, yeah, Bill Moody dies. Paul Barrett,
Yes.
Percy Pringle.
Yes.
And so, it's just unexpected too. Like, I didn't really...
Yeah.
So he passed away, and I'm hoping that they got permission from their sons to use the urn, and I honestly doubt it was his ashes. It was sand or something. But they really were ballsy with it. Like, you have CM Punk backstage bouncing it like a football and accidentally dropping it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, before the go home show, you know, CM Punk dumping the ashes onto The Undertaker. But this was a good match, you know, and they're both MMA guys. So definitely, you had Hell's Gate in the armbar.
Yeah.
I think you had Anaconda Vice
Yes.
and the epic face-to-face Undertaker and Punk.
Yeah.
And, you know, CM Punk tried to do the tombstone. That didn't work. He does the whole cutthroat thing. You go and see him do a tombstone pile driver, and it doesn't work. I think Undertaker did 2 tombstones, and the second one was the one that got the win. And Undertaker was 20. Well, yeah, because the next year would have been the
Yeah.
one with Brock Lesnar. But
Yeah, it was already 20 though at that point.
yeah, true. But this was a good match, you know. One of 2 good matches on this card that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, see, this is the kind of match where you can look at and go, okay, these 2 guys, even though they're polar opposites, can have a really good match and have it be engaging for everyone. And you had the leg drop from Taker onto Punk on the apron.
Yeah,
You had Punk a few times getting tossed into the timekeeper's area. You had various little things that really were like, okay, this I can get into and it's a really good match. And to have The Undertaker go over is like, okay, The Undertaker is like one of those true legends of the business.
Yeah. There's a rumor that Undertaker or Mark Calloway was like down on Phil Brooks because he didn't dress like a champion when he was the WWE champion, and it's like, so what?
Yeah.
You know, John Cena gets to do what he wants, and well, John Cena's a different caliber. Who gives a shit, really? But I don't know. There's a lot of speculations going around, and
I mean, I get as a representative, as the company, whether you're a champion or you're not a champion, you want to do your best to look the part of a champion or look the part of a wrestler, if you will. That doesn't necessarily mean you gotta wear a dress or wear a suit or wear a tuxedo, if you will.
yeah.
I mean, is it professional? Yes. Is it necessary? Not really.
No, I mean, you didn't see Hulk Hogan in the suit, except when he was in court. Oh, snap.
I mean, like, a lot of times nowadays, when you see wrestlers doing a promo, or you see them doing, like, Xavier Woods, up, down, down,
Yeah.
or maybe something behind the scenes, generally they're wearing the tap-out gear,
Yeah.
or they're in their ring gear, whatever.
Like, yeah, no, that's kind of weird why this all would happen, but nonetheless.
And I don't really think a suit would necessarily be fitting for a guy like Punk.
No.
I mean, probably the only time Punk has ever worn a suit in his life is probably the day he got married.
Well, maybe a black dress shirt like I have, I don't know.
Maybe, who knows.
But,
Or one of those t-shirts that looks like a suit tuxedo.
yeah.
I don't friggin' know. And I get your point of the whole thing that they were doing with the urn shortly after Paul Bearer died, and even you got friggin' Paul Heyman dressing up like Paul Bearer with the urn. I see your point of it being edgy and Attitude Era-esque. I just wish that if somebody passes away in the wrestling business, you leave it alone.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Eddie Guerrero thing was worse. I mean, it was lame and just not. It wasn't tasteful. And this wasn't tasteful either, you know? I mean, I understand what they were trying to do, but it was just kind of like, why?
Yeah.
You didn't need it.
No.
So, I mean, you could have had Taker dedicate the match to his former fallen manager, but it doesn't really make sense to just have the urn there.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, I think the big thing about it is pretty much throughout Undertaker's entire time with Paul Bearer, minus when Paul Bearer joined the Undertaker, they were together in the ministry. You always seen Paul Bearer with the urn,
Right.
so there was some significance to the urn
Yeah.
in linking Paul Bearer and the Undertaker together.
Yeah.
Now we go on to this was certainly interesting.
Yeah.
A no-hold-barred match with Triple H and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And I guess they had to stipulate, like it was a no-holds-barred match, but I guess there was an agreement made, and whatever, if Triple H lost, he would retire.
Yeah.
Which...
No chance in hell.
Exactly.
But you had Shawn Michaels and Triple H's corner.
Yeah.
Of course, you had Paul Heyman again in Brock Lesnar's corner. This was a really good match. Again, I love no holds barred matches.
Like,
I mean, this was a good match.
oh yeah, for sure.
You had, I think it was Brock Lesnar throwing Triple H to the table. The table didn't break. There was chairs. You had the steps being used a lot.
Of course, Triple H and the trademark sledgehammer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and Triple H even trying the Kimura lock himself.
Yeah.
That broke his arm, or kayfabe broke his arm, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
At SummerSlam. And, of course, Brock Lesnar tried the same thing. They had a lot of different counter holds. That was really cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't until Triple H did the pedigree on the steel steps to Brock Lesnar to win the match. And, yeah, Shawn Michaels even got involved doing the Sweet Chin music. To Heyman, yeah, so...
Yeah.
So this was a good match. I mean, a lot of crap that, you know, people give Triple H, and for a better, whatever, you know, Brock Lesnar, it's there, put on a good show.
Yeah, this night I think Paul Heyman had a really shitty night.
Yeah.
First Punk loses to Taker, and then Brock loses to Triple H. Like, if I was him, I'd be like, alright, I'm going to the local bar and drown my sorrows.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and probably the salt in the wound, if you will, is Triple H standing on the steps with the sledgehammer in his hand and does the trademark DX chop, and then you got the signature Triple H pose.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. So, shut up.
Exactly.
I saw that and I thought it was a bit lame. Ah! Oh, it's no better than when Brock Lesnar tossed whoever it was outside onto the table and then did that. Yeah. Someone's nuts were chopped off that night.
Jesus Christ. That's almost as bad as Tony Chimmo and doing the ring announcing and announcing Edge. The rated R
Superstar!
Holy shit, Chimmo. It's almost as if somebody was standing behind Tony Chimmo waiting for the right moment and goosed him. He had to grab him by the nuts. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, give him credit. He tried to give that little extra oomph.
Oh, yeah.
Put a little stank on it, as Road Dogg would say.
Put some stank of barbecue sauce on it. Yeah, and I mean, just hammering it up when Edge comes back.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. Yeah, so there's the fucking main event. And I probably already talked about it, so I'll give it to you.
I've said this to Matt before. The match was good near the end. The beginning part of the match was very slow, very slow. And, like, for two guys, like John Cena and The Rock, you would think they would be able to meld together better. I just think they kind of needed to lock up with each other and be like, okay, this is what he can do, this is what I can do. We'll work with that and then just go from there. And it did work. It just could have been better. And to have John Cena get the win over The Rock is like, okay, first match Rock wins, second match Cena wins, they're 1-1. I don't see any chance of there being a rubber match, so it was what it was. The finish is what it was.
This match was so unnecessary. You had WrestleMania 28. One chance of a lifetime. What'd you do? Oh yeah, Cena had a bad year after the match because he got his group of feelings hurt from his ex-wife, and he was crying and all this other shit. He shit his pants, and now he has to reject. Fuck you guys. And the fact of the matter is that CM Punk didn't need to lose the title at Royal Rumble. That was a big, it was a fucking shame, because here's a guy that was your champion. He had that stupid spinner belt thingy, and he loses it to The Rock. Why? Because The Rock is the one that has to reveal the fucking new championship, because God forbid CM Punk does. And now you have a guy like John Cena. Oh, now I want to face The Rock again because he's the champion. That's fucking bullshit, the way that thing worked. And then you got the fucking Fruity Pebbles and you can't see me bullshit. And back and forth like children. There's no excuse for any of that. You could have had The Rock face anybody. Yeah, I know, I get it. CM Punk, whatever, but you have Chris Jericho was in the match. You have a lot of people that potentially could have faced The Rock at WrestleMania. But nope, we have to have John Cena come back. You could have had a fucking triple threat match, or fatal four-way match even. There is an idea. With shorten WrestleMania. Think about it. CM Punk, Undertaker, John Cena, The Rock. There, I just made you a match. But nope. We have to have it separate. Why? Because John Cena had his Bruber feelings hurt, and we have to make him win so he can have fighting again. It's bullshit. It didn't need to happen. Once in a lifetime, my ass. And what did The Rock go after that? Oh yeah, he fucked off back to the movies. I respect the hell out of Dwayne Johnson. He does a lot of work for charity. He's a good guy, but goddamn it, this was unnecessary. Because you only were there for 2 years. And the match that you could have had in the beginning, you had to have 2 matches. 2 matches that didn't need to happen at WrestleMania. And it didn't even have to close the show either. But there it is.
And the one thing about this match was, you say it's going to be once in a lifetime. And it was. John Cena and The Rock had not been in a match in a ring with each other at any period of time up until WrestleMania 28. Which is fine. And that match was even, it started off slow, and then as it went on, it progressively got better. To go twice in a lifetime is okay, you're basically contradicting yourself. Because, once in a lifetime means we're going to have this match, whoever wins, whoever loses, that's the way it is, that's the way it's going to be, and we're leaving it at that. And then they go, oh, well, why don't we do this again next year at WrestleMania for the championship? And it's okay, you want to have Cena be champion again? Fine, whatever. Why take it off of Rock?
CM Punk versus John Cena. The Rock versus The Undertaker. Rock versus Undertaker, that's the only match you're never going to see again. But nope, we have to have it, It's just we hate CM Punk. No, you want to get CM Punk on in the championship scene, so you can put the fucking strap on The Rock. So The Rock can introduce a new belt. Well, good, they got rid of that spinner belt. You could have had, yeah, you know what? You could have had John Cena take on CM Punk. They had a good match on Money in the Bank and whatever. But no, we have to have, you know, it is what it is. Because, you know, was it terrible? No. The fact of the matter is, once in a lifetime means once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
And it just, it didn't make any sense. Especially the ending where they're kissing and making up and probably fucking each other before they leave the ring. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
And there was no torch passing either, so I don't want to hear it.
So, with that all being said, that concludes our look back at WrestleMania 29.
Yeah, and you know, I look at the MetLife Stadium,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, it looks awesome. I think maybe it needs a little bit more work. Hopefully they make it even better. Like, the only, like, when I saw, let's say it was WrestleMania 10. So I saw WrestleMania 10, I thought, you know, when I had WrestleMania 20, I thought it was going to be a terrible entranceway like it was for WrestleMania 10, not imaginative. But holy shit, that they, like, revamped the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm really hoping that this year, and I'm a big fan of, like, I'm always looking forward to WrestleMania, how it's gonna look.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that they make it better this year. I mean, the matches, yeah, it's gonna be good, but it all depends on how it's gonna look.
Like, when they had Fastlane at that arena, I can't remember what it was called. When I first saw it, it's like, okay, there's an arena where you could have a Royal Rumble or a WrestleMania. Fairly big building, you got the long entranceway to the ring. It would look nice. And so, like, you know, there's an idea.
That's good.
There's an option.
Yeah, and you know, like, people will take a diarrhea dump all over the Royal Rumble last year. I enjoyed it. It was great atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, that's atmosphere. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah, I mean, matches are great, but you know, if you have a great venue that looks great, the atmosphere is great, and everything else, and that adds to it, and hopefully the matches are great or good at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was, you know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but I mean, WrestleMania 29, it's gonna be mediocre.
Yeah.
So, next week, we're gonna do best and worst WrestleMania matches. I already have mine. So, it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Right.
And this year, I won't be sick, so
Yeah,
I
exactly.
won't be doing a Skype chat like we did last year.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and yeah, I promise we will do 1980 for Championship Wrestling. I know I said that twice now, but it is WrestleMania season, and we have to do what we have to do. So,
Yeah.
anyways, from me and Matt, this is Killer Kyle, and we'll talk to you next time.
Deuces.
So.